Do you think men should cold approach women in 2024?
Listen, guys can do whatever they want to do. I'm not cold approaching. There are only a few exceptions to where I would actually do it, where it makes the most sense. One's going to be social environments. So if you're in nightlife, if you're at a party, if you live on a college campus, or maybe even at the gym in some cases, these are social environments to where a woman is a lot more receptive to being talked to. Otherwise, the whole daytime cold approach at grocery stores, gas stations, random areas, I personally would avoid it. One, because you don't know if this woman is single or available. And two, you just have no idea if she's even attracted to you. For the most part, cold approach is a super low return on investment. If you're an average guy and you approach 10 women a day, I guarantee you probably none of those are going to actually turn into dates. So instead, what I like to do is attract women into my life by being the most attractive version of myself. Whenever I go out, I'm fashionable, I'm social, I put myself out there on dating apps and Instagram, and through that alone, I don't have to cold approach because the women come to me.
I look for choosing signals, never cold approaches on my end.
What do you do when you see like an attractive girl that you maybe would like to speak to, you'd like to be with? Do you do that like, oh, I wasn't really looking at her, like I don't want to disturb her workout? I think this is autistic, but I think more men would benefit from this mindset of seeing it as a challenge and actually thinking like, yeah, like I'm gonna hold her at eye contact longer than she holds mine.
Is it just me, or when you hold eye contact for too long, subconsciously, they start to think you're grapiest?
A third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. So my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
There's nothing left to gain from dating or marriage anymore. Too many women bring entitlement, drama, and baggage instead of peace, loyalty, or love. Men are tired of the disrespect and empty promises. They just want calm, not chaos.
The truth is that the good guys are done with dating.
I think she's pandering a little, but there is a lot of this going on right now. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a good guy. I'm not saying that all good guys are single or that all single guys are good. I'm just saying that a lot of us are kind of here right now. When I was a teenager, I thought dating worked like this. I did not know that this step was going to be here. I guess we could call this a negotiation ship. It's when someone is not willing to give 100%. And it always happens when somebody drops the ball. For me, I've experienced a lot of ghosting, a lot of trading up, and it doesn't matter which guy I am. Even if I'm this guy, how do I know you're not gonna just do this? A couple women showed up wearing wedding rings. That does not inspire confidence. The most common thing for me is that we get to this stage and she says she wants to be polyamorous, which means she already is. I even had a crush on someone in 5th grade, and she didn't like me until after college, and we hung out for a month before she told me that she had a boyfriend. I've had some people tell me that I might just be attracting this kind of woman, and maybe that's true, or maybe they just shouldn't be doing these things, but for now I'm just kind of out of ideas.
Negotiation ship sums it up perfectly. It's not dating anymore. It's bartering for attention. Every woman's talking to 3 other guys, juggling options like it's a sport. Men are tired of being ghosted, traded up, or stuck in poly messes they never agreed to. Good guys give everything and get nothing real back. No wonder they're done, drained, distrustful, and walking away from a dating scene that's lost all meaning.
All right, listen, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You won. You won, ladies. I'm done dating. I can't do it. The dating world's so bad. I can't. Do I got food pantry stamped on my forehead? Somebody answer me that question, because the amount of food and mouths I fed going out on dates, that's how I feel. I can give hams to the homeless this year for Christmas with the amount of mouths that I fed going on first. I could be driving a Ferrari. I could be driving a Ferrari right now with the amount of money I spent on first dates. I can't take it anymore. And listen, I get it.
This is exactly why a lot of men are just done with dating. They're frustrated because they're doing what they think they're supposed to be doing. They are putting a lot of time and effort and money into the first date. But when ladies don't appreciate that and they go into those first dates with very low energy and very little reciprocation, the date is not going to go well. And that just leads to a lot of these failed first dates. But for women, they will just keep going on these first dates because they're not really putting anything into it. It's different for men, which is why men are becoming more and more careful about who they're asking out on that first date and what that first date looks like. He might rather suggest a coffee date or a long walk. And I think that those are good solutions for men. But the problem is that a lot of women still have not adjusted to it. They think that if a man doesn't spend a ton of money on her on the first date, that he either doesn't have it or doesn't like her very much. Not true, ladies. He's probably just a good man that's tired of feeling used.
If she thinks a coffee date is beneath her, end it right there. A woman who looks down on simple effort isn't interested in connection. She's chasing status, not substance. Walk away early and keep your peace.
Women need to start making the first move. If anyone wants to be in a relationship, that's absolutely what has to happen. It just has to happen. Guys, in the comments, back me up on this. We have told men for years that their masculinity is toxic. Some men, as they got interested in dating, that's literally all they know, is to stay away from women, is to not bother them, and definitely don't approach them. So there is nothing wrong with a woman approaching a man. That shows confidence. And you know what? I don't even know if this stat is true. I didn't do much research into this, but I did see that 86% of women who make the first move end up married. So, I mean, come on, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't even care if that's not even a true statistic. Hell, let's run with that. But guys, back me up in the comments. Say, yeah, you would love that. Or women say, yeah, I made the first move and I'm now engaged, married, whatever. I'm telling you, that's just the way it's got to be. You don't have to like it. I mean, I'm sure guys didn't like when they were being called, when their masculinity, when their whole being was called toxic. They didn't like that. So start making the first move. And again, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like having to make the first move. You could still have a traditional relationship after that. This is just getting you in a damn relationship. And as far as, not liking things, I do things every day that I don't like to do, but it makes me a better person, gets me to my goals. So these are just facts, okay? Women, make the first move.
Women shooting their shot now is just damage control for the mess feminism caused. Men are tired of being shamed, labeled, or blamed, so they've stopped approaching. If women don't start initiating, they'll stay single. Forget tradition. Modern problems need modern effort, or they'll be waiting forever.
All women are 304s. Nope. There is no such thing as traditional women anymore. Wrong. Women simply aren't worth it. What does that even mean? I am so tired of all of this negativity. Are you going to insist that masculinity is about growth, suffering, and overcoming difficult things, and then just not date because it's hard? Are some of you really so pessimistic and self-hating that you will just resign yourself to never feeling love and affection? Are you really going to sit here and insist that you have all of the answers to dating, and then just refuse to pass those answers on to a woman who is ready and willing to please you? Tell me, what battle are you even fighting? You insist there's a problem, but you aren't trying to actually solve it? What is the point of all of this other than to just kick and scream? There are a lot of great women out there looking for men with your values. Go meet them, be strong in your convictions, and enjoy the life that you can create with them, because the negativity has got to stop.
To be totally honest, we don't have to put up with lectures like this.
There was a study done in the 90s, and what they found out, I think, still holds true today. So what they did is they took a group of men and they took a group of women and they categorized these men. So it was like high status, t-shirt, McDonald's. Same thing with the women. High status, t-shirt, McDonald's. And then they asked, the men, okay, would you go to coffee with this person, go on a date, marry? And in all three categories, the guy didn't care. He's like, yes, sure, whatever. With women, it was a whole different story. Women went to the high status man for the majority of them. So that was for coffee, date, marriage. My takeaway on this is just goes along with the trends I've been seeing. So we are in this Kardashian culture and have been for, 10 years. I don't know how long they've been on. But this idea of perfection has just been kind of unseen before. I mean, before we had magazines, we knew they were kind of airbrushed, but what we see now, women are doing eyebrows, microblading, dermaplaning, eyelash extensions, hair extensions, lip fillers, cheek fillers, breast implants, butt implants, fat transfer, taking ribs out. I mean, literally women are taking their ribs out. So I think just the pressure and the unattainable like beauty that they put on themselves, they're also putting that sort of unattainable image and desire on a guy as well. And that's why these guys are backing out, because guys know, like, that's crazy. Like, we can't do all that. Like, some can. I mean, it's the small minority can do that. But for the majority of men, they're not going to be able to get to your high standards that you not only put on yourself, but you're putting on these men too. And I don't even know if women are aware that they're doing that. And if you think about it, it's really a beautiful thing that men will just kind of take you as you are. Like, they don't need you to be high status, or they don't care where you work. If you work at McDonald's or you're making six figures and some executive of a company. But look at what we're doing to men. We want them to just be everything. It's unattainable. They're getting out of the market, and rightfully so. So I even asked my brother about this. I said, hey, is this true? Like, men don't care? He's like, 1,000%. Men could give two shits. And I was like, that's going to be a topic then. So anyways, guys, follow for more. Comment below what you think, or, you know, even ask your friends, talk about their experience, and like leave it in the comments, because I think we're onto something.
Women created impossible standards for themselves. Filters, fillers, fake perfection. Then expect men to match the fantasy. Meanwhile, men just want something real. This Kardashian-style illusion is collapsing fast. Men are tuning out, leaving women bitter and confused. Reality always wins, and for many, it's already too late.
When men say they're done with dating, that doesn't mean they're done with relationships. It doesn't mean they're giving up on starting families. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means they're done with dating, okay? And I think a lot of them have a hard time verbalizing this, so that's what I'm going to try to do in this video. Now, there's a little bit of an unwritten rule that men are starting to understand about dating, and you've probably heard people say this in the past. If not, you're going to hear it now, but the only winning move is to not play. You know, in regards to dating, the only winning move is to not play. That's what men are starting to realize. Again, like I said, relationships are fine. Families, fine. Dating, not good. Let me explain why. And this is the part that a lot of people have a hard time verbalizing. This is the dating experience for a man who's actually dating. It could be with your wife, it could be with your girlfriend, it could be a woman that you just met, you know, somebody on Tinder that you're taking out on a first date, whatever. Typically, you have to find a nice little venue to go to. You know, you might just go to dinner, but typically you want to go out and have a good time. So you find a nice venue with good music that you like. You pick her up, you drive to the venue, you park, you know, you pay her $10 to park or whatever, and then you walk to the front door and you wait in line. It's not the greatest experience, but you do what you have to do. Then finally you get to the door. And when you get to the door, there's some 7-foot monster, roided up, standing there, and he looks at your girl and he says, "You're good," and he throws her a compliment, compliments her looks a little bit. You know, "You're good, looking good tonight, you can go in." And then he looks at you, the man, and he says, "That'll be $20 for you, dirtbag." Maybe it's not that harsh. You know, sometimes it's not that harsh, sometimes it's even more harsh than that. But I'm not talking about the words here. It's the action. And the action is she gets in free, and the man has to pay $20 to get in, $25, sometimes higher, to get in. Now, everybody knows this is true. They have ladies' night, and, you know, things like this happen. And we've just grown to expect it. This is the norm. But every man knows when he's at the front door and his girl can go in for free, and he just has this cuckoning moment, you know, this humiliating moment where it's like, she can go in, but I'm so unwanted here that I have to pay. And that's the way the system is set up. That's the way the dating market is set up. Men are not wanted there. Okay, just like this venue. Why do they have this set up? Because women are wanted there. Men are not wanted there. So they put a paywall there to prevent at least broke men from coming in. And by the way, they don't want alphas in there. They don't want charismatic chads in there. They don't want pickup artists in there. No, they want guys in there that will spend their money, guys that will fork out their cash. So they want a bunch of women. They'll fill the place to maximum capacity with women, and they'll let a few guys in, you know, a few suckers in to come in and blow all their money. And men finally started to wake up. You know, they finally started to understand that they go out there and they're not wanted. It has literally nothing to do with women. Okay, it's not all these people that are trying to make it a man versus woman thing. That's stupid.
Modern relationships just don't pay off for men anymore. Why invest time, money, and energy only to be used or discarded? Peace costs less. A dog, a hobby, and financial freedom beat the dating circus. The system's rigged, women rewarded, men drained. No wonder guys are walking away for good. Thanks for watching MGTOW Voice. Show us your love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Support us and help spread awareness for men around the world. We welcome a healthy debate and discussion, so feel free to comment and share your thoughts.